Semantic bridge. To make a semantic bridge, first we should position correctly the occlusal plane. We may use the 3 points method to do this smoothly. In this case, we have a partial arch, therefore we will position the first point in the vestibular section of the molar, the second one on the lingual surface of the same tooth, and the last point on the canine tooth. This will allow us to adjust the positioning. For further information about this topic, please check out our preparation step video. Once we position the occlusal plane, we may activate the virtual articulator, where we will have a complete freedom to modify the parameters for articular movements. Once you are satisfied with the results, we might simulate the articulation movements by clicking on Play, which we find on the left. When the movements are fine, we confirm with the OK and proceed along with the step bar phases. In this phase, we will identify the margin line of the abutments. To detect the margin line of the model, we can use the pick edge mode, the automatic selection, by clicking once or twice on the closing line of the anatomy. Because we're dealing with a bridge, we do the same with tooth 44 and tooth 46. We will then activate the function Unique Insertion Direction for bridges, which will align the insertion of the crowns. We select Best Direction, which will allow us to automatically detect the insertion angle with a smaller undercut. It is possible to set the insertion also by using the From View tool or to do it manually. We confirm and switch to the internal step. On Settings, we may change the formerly assigned parameters through the Profiles Manager. Find more information on the Order Manager video. The milling diameter and the correction of the undercuts will be automatically done when switching from margin line to internal phase, but they may both be changed during this phase. We select the Sculpt tool. You are able to manually reduce or increase the cement gap thanks to the color map. Then we will move on the external phase, when we will pick the shape and the position of the teeth. In the settings, you will have the default parameters of the chosen profile, whereas when we select the number tooth, we can choose its preferred automatic shape, and we have the option to apply it to all the other teeth or to keep it on the one tooth only. With the place function, we'll adjust and position appropriately our anatomies. We click on Ctrl to pivot, and we click on Shift to increase or decrease the size of the crown. We can move and modify the anatomies within the constraints provided in a controlled way. In this case, we may directly move on to the modeling phase with the Sculpt tool. We may add remove smooth, or deform the tooth's measurements thanks to AI, which recognizes and divides the tooth in different sections based on where we click. The correct shape function, instead, corrects all the teeth's insertion, and it can do this both in static and dynamic modes, exploiting the movements formerly registered. we are in the framework phase, where Hypsocad will automatically reduce the anatomies by the established value in the setting phase. Remember that you can always regulate all the parameters and values from the settings. Thanks to the color function, we may isolate with the brush the areas to leave out during reduction, creating those lingual bands, occlusal stops, or mesial and distal contacts. Here, we may also correct the insertion, and we can then move on to the connectors creation, with the possibility to manage them in an automatic or parametric way, customizing them with curves. And control points. In the last phase, we may apply or subtract attachments or pins. The modeling function can be used in every step of the process. We finish by exporting the restoration.stl file